Okay, welcome to another show. It appears I dropped bollock. I dropped a clanger. I fucked up on the last show. I forgot to check the webcam was recording. So the YouTube version of the show is a slideshow. It's not a video of us. So any fans of us who enjoy watching us,
which would be me and me alone,
and me too, we're sorry. Well, I'm sorry. This is a heartfelt apology. I did fuck up.
Don't worry about it, mate.
We all make mistakes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's the worst mistake you've ever made, Phil?
Probably becoming friends with you.
Nah.
Dude, you're on a podcast. For God's sake.
Live in front of the whole world.
In front of the whole world.
Truman Show quote.
Good film.
Say something. That's a great film, that, actually. It's a great film, actually.
It's a great film.
I love that film. That's one of my faves, that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you just use the word fave?
Faves?
Never do that again.
It's one of my faves.
It's one of my faves,
It's not one of your faves.
No.
That's pretty weird of us to say that, isn't it? As a grown fucking man.
Well, it's not on your character
One of my faves.
to say that, ever. Is there something going on you want to tell us about, Phil? Because are you trying to,
Come out.
Yeah, because I've got a pink cup here. Are you trying to see if I'm open to this?
Well, that was meant for me.
Thought so, Phil.
You were meant to get the black one.
It's been a while since we've divulged our coffee on the podcast.
It has been a while.
That's a throwback to the early days, right?
It's because we've been sucking back on loads of energy drinks. Loads of the rock stars.
Yeah, and I'm trying to abolish as best I can. Because I was a sugar junkie. I was a quick fix. I was a junkie for the sugar quick fix. And I'm really trying to cut back on that now. So I don't take any sugar anymore in hot drinks, tea or coffee. And that's saying something, because I used to take 3. And I drink a lot of hot drinks. But that shit's got to go, man. So I'm ditching it.
It feeds cancer, doesn't it? Sugar.
It feeds cancer. It
gives energy to cancer cells.
Kind of destroys your body,
Like,
Phil.
there you go. What's your aim, cancer? To fucking eat all of the other cells.
Oh, well, I'll just feed
destroy the host.
He has 3 sugars per tea.
Yes.
You know, cheers, they are cancer. Eat that.
Yeah, McKenna said that it's...
Terence McKenna.
Yeah, Mr. Dr. Lord, our saviour, Terence McKenna, said that just isn't like a necessary part of our diet at all. It's not needed in any way at all in our diet.
No,
like refined sugar. It just
didn't humans first discover it in tribal communities with sugarcane? Was that correct?
Yeah, it must have been, huh?
Sugarcane back in the rainforest?
It's got to have been, huh?
Yeah.
It's a drug though, isn't it?
You get addicted to sugar? Yeah.
Because it's lush.
It's
Why?
just one of those products, natural products on this planet that just keeps you coming back for more.
I wonder why. It definitely elicits some kind of like chemical reaction in your brain that feels good.
It does, yeah, it does something that...
It's energy, isn't it? It's quite like...
Yeah.
It's like instant energy. It fucks you up
pretty much, but
after
then
like 20 minutes, but...
But then you get the come down from it.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, because like, is it your blood sugar or something like rises and then suddenly drops? That's why you're like buzzing for a little bit, but then
isn't it
tired.
something to do with your glucose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil's saying yeah, but that's. I mean, we both ain't got a clue, man.
I don't know none.
What the?
Props.
Yeah, Phil, you're really getting into this greaseball character.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of being pulled up on my hair or let off, so I decided to grow it.
I'm growing my hair long, Phil.
How long? Ponytail long.
I'd say down to here.
Fuck. Oh, you seen Game of Thrones?
I might know of the character you speak.
You'd be pretty chuffed then.
Go on.
The Beast.
Who?
He's not called the Beast. The guy.
I'm surprised in that show.
The guy. He's from like the other island or whatever. They speak like a different language. I don't know, man.
Come on, you watch it.
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Who was he?
He was he married that dragon queen chick.
Khal Drogo.
That's the motherfucker.
Jason Momoa.
You look like that.
Yeah? With longer hair. I'd like that.
Yeah,
that guy's a tank.
He is a fucking...
And he's a cutie pie.
Yeah, he's got a weird, like... You know people that suffer from that gigantism or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Where the heads get a little bit like... The brow is just massive. He's got a bit of that going on.
Has he?
But aside from that, he looks fucking mint like.
He's a cool bloke. I mean, I'll be honest, That's the look I'd want to go
Ah.
for. Like, you'd want to look like that.
Yeah, he does look absolutely class. No hetero. no hetero whatsoever.
30% homosexual, Phil.
Yeah, 10% coffee.
10% coffee. Speaking of sugar, you've also got caffeine.
What is a drug?
Let's link these two together. Yeah, that's a drug. That's something that perks you up, but can also, drag you back down when you get to come down from it.
People are worried lately, because I heard of this like blanket ban that they're going to throw up on all legal highs.
Yeah, I've heard something about that. Yeah,
And people are saying, shit, what about caffeine, alcohol, and cigarettes?
yeah, they're biggies.
Because technically they would have been under that bracket as well.
Yeah.
But they say, nah, we've got too many secret deals and make too much money off that. So yeah, they're exempt.
Well, let's not beat around the bush. Tobacco
Ain't that bad for you?
ain't that bad for you. Alcohol and coffee, they're big. They're big. They make big bucks. They're not going
Fuck yeah.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you walk into someone there's a coffee machine?
Yeah, it's just accepted.
It's a modern drug that gets people by day-to-day living.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? 95% of the world's population or something. In the Western world? What's the first thing you do? You wake up, you stick on the coffee machine, or you make a cup of coffee, instant coffee, or you have a tea.
Do you want a coffee, love? Do you want a coffee? I'm just making a coffee. Do you want a coffee?
Yeah, especially in Britain. There was a time when I was doing training for a certain job last year. You'd meet new people, so you'd go to different environments to do certain specific training. Every time you go to these places, you want a coffee, you want a tea, you want a coffee. Coffee machines over there. When I've started jobs in the past, even up till recently, I've started jobs. Coffee facilities are over here. It's like a prerequisite to living.
Yeah, I wish they had like a bigger fucking variety of drugs on offer when you go to these things. Like
You ain't got no weed or mushrooms.
coffee tables there, salvia pipe is over there, and if you'd like to try some 5-MeO DMT, well, you'll look sad because we don't got none of that stuff. It doesn't resonate with our product that we're trying to sell here.
It's crazy. It's just accepted.
Mm-hmm.
It's just accepted. I mean, yeah, fair enough. They're not gonna.
Yeah,
They're not gonna kill you. Yeah, well, they could, but you're not gonna drink it, and it's not gonna make you die.
Yeah, I think it's more because they don't like noticeably change your behaviour. Like they don't really detrimentally change your behaviour.
Yeah.
Coffee just makes you a little bit more like
It gives you a buzz. right?
more
Wakes
more
you up.
active and stuff, which
Yeah.
is exactly what people in the workplace want from you, isn't it? Take 15 minutes, go get coffee.
Yeah.
Come back, work harder.
Go get a coffee, boost yourself up, come back, make me more money,
Yeah. The weird one.
make me more fucking
The
cash.
strangest one is alcohol, though. It's so fucking like it causes so many problems in society. Like, let's just take for example domestic abuse, right? Like, I imagine most instances of domestic, or at least a massive like proportion of them, of people of dudes clocking women, it's going to be dudes that have had a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Dudes beating their children. Tends to be when dudes have had a drink.
Yep.
People crashing into other people on the fucking
Drink driving.
road.
Yeah.
People have had a drink.
Yeah.
You know? What else is there? The spread of like sexually transmitted diseases. Promiscuous behaviour can be fueled by alcohol.
Oops, drunken mistake, drunken one night stand.
Like, especially girls.
No,
Like,
I've got crabs.
they get fucking horny like when they're pissed. You know what it is? I could see myself going with that guy right now because I don't have any problems with pulling down my knickers. But any motherfucker that wants to enter, you know?
I'm having a good time. I'm loose. Phil, now you're thinking about naked women, Phil.
I was actually. It's because I said knickers. That's knickers, by the way, not niggers. As it sounds like I'm saying knickers, as in
Well,
the kegs of.
we're
women.
not racist, so there's no worry of that, Phil.
Yeah.
We love humanity, right?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yes and no,
We like
innit?
the good aspects of
Yeah.
humanity. We don't promote.
We see the potential of humans as creatures. It's like, yeah, humans have gorgeous, massive brains
Mm-hmm.
that are capable of just unbelievable things in terms of creating things, deciphering things,
Mm-hmm.
exploring things. But they also have a horrible ability or susceptibility to being corrupted
Yeah.
by bad ideas, bad environments.
Yeah.
And what does that lead to? Shitty behaviour.
But even-
where your shit gets in my way.
Yeah.
You believe that, and you're trying to tell me to go along with the way you think.
Yeah.
Like, I just read before, these Ukrainian Orthodox Jews or something in London. They must have like some school down there or something. And they sent out a letter to like the kids' parents and that. If any of the moms drop off the kids, they will not be teaching the kids at this school. Don't be driving, women. Don't be driving.
What?
Like, you're in England. You're in a weird little country where that kind of shit just doesn't fly whatsoever. How would you expect to get away with that?
This island that's rose up from the North Sea there. Yeah, we don't go along with that theory. We don't subscribe to that.
Yeah, we're more into like equality and stuff like that.
We kind of want people to
Quite
get
progressive.
on. Yeah.
But
what a fucking stupid thing to do.
I know, but they were saying like, oh well, it gets in the way, like, women driving somehow.
Oh, for God's sake.
Somehow erodes their like traditional values and stuff. What the fuck?
No,
what was Moses like? Or however the fuck they believe in, I don't know. Like, just to say Moses, was he going?
I'll tell you who they want to believe in.
In 2,000 years' time, you guys are going to invent a car, and I just want it written down now, so the guys remember in the future we don't let women drive. All right, get it in there.
Do you know what it is?
Is that an Old Testament?
Make sure it's in there. Hey, Jebediah, put it in there. It sickens me, pisses me off no end, right? The lack of respect these sort of Eastern religions in the Middle East, these Muslims, the lack of respect that they have for women.
It's weird.
It's half of the population. You can't put them down because they're women.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
I don't go along with that shit.
That if you had to pick between who's technically more important, men or women, it's obviously women.
Of course it is.
They fucking make the babies, dumbass.
You could live in a world where there is 10 women to 1 man. That's all it would need to be. If there was a world full of men, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
We accidentally killed
the only woman left on Earth.
The 3 women there.
Fuck.
I mean, if I fuck you, Paul, will that work?
I don't know. You could give it a try, honey.
I mean, let's try this out. If I fuck you and you fuck me, and we'll see what happens.
They've just fucked. 9 months later. Oh, so
that didn't work. I just fucked you for nothing. I just took it in the butt for what?
You want to go again?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to say, yeah, let's do it again because it was worthwhile.
No, I think it's disgusting. In all seriousness, these religions that do that. I mean, even the burqa. How fucking disrespectful is that? Yeah, let's just put you in a costume that stupid, only shows your eyes and the very top of your nose there.
It's so daft.
You walk behind me. Just walk a few steps behind me. Yeah. Also, I don't want you to eat at the same time as me, but make my dinner. But don't eat at the same time as me.
I mean, there's a lot of
in fact,
positives to Sharia law.
You think?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, Sharia law, it's the way to go, I believe. Fucking not.
This
is the 21st century.
You know that kind of behaviour, like repression in general, what it stinks of? Insecurity.
Absolute insecurity.
The dudes are just insecure as fuck.
Yeah.
If she looks another man,
she's gonna fuck him.
And I can't handle that. I have quite a vast amount of wealth that I need to pass on to my biological son.
You know, there seems to be a lot of crazy trains of thought going on in that part of the world. You know, this insecurity with the women, and this idea that if I blow myself up for my religion, I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
No, you're not a good guy. You're a fool.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
But Philip, if I blow myself up,
there's 72 virgins,
and kill loads of innocent people, then I'm a martyr, and that means that I'm gonna get a great place in heaven.
I just can't see any holes in that argument.
Do we? Sanjay, can I just ask you a question?
Sanjay,
do we have any proof? No, but I believe it.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, there we go. It's fucking asinine. It's ridiculous.
It's weird, isn't it?
This is who I believe in. This guy right here.
Our Lord and Saviour.
Yeah, this isn't Jesus Christ. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm holding up a cross. If you're listening, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm holding up a cross here. And Jesus Christ, he's not on this cross. This is alien Jesus. This is the sky god. The only believable entity that I would ever possibly believe in, if he did exist, would be an alien. Not some fucking writing from an ancient book. I think it's far more likely that I'd more than likely follow somebody that's in a UFO that could come down tomorrow than believe in something from a book that was wrote in the past, which is a book that was wrote in the past. Why the fuck would you believe in that?
I wish.
Why would you believe? What if Winnie the Pooh passed? Then what if the Winnie the Pooh books were wrote years and years ago? Well, there was this mythical bear who ate honey with what's the child in it called? Rupert or something? Or
Yeah, tigers used to talk.
yeah, well, he used to bounce on his tail. Did you not know that, Phil?
Tigers and
He's a tiger.
What's EO?
Eeyore, a donkey with a stitched-on tail.
Tigers and donkeys used to peacefully coexist.
They did
that's,
peacefully coexist.
That's common
They
knowledge.
did. And that donkey,
It's in the book.
that donkey suffered severe depression, Phil.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. He was very depressed. It's
I'd
ridiculous.
kill myself if I was just so depressed.
Now podcast listeners and people who know me and you all know that religion pisses me off because it's a massive root of evil. Yeah, sure, there's great things you can nitpick from it. The word there being nitpick. You can cherry pick elements from the Bible that you like that might be, I don't know, a tale of morality. You can take from that, if you're good to others, be good, do unto others as you would have done to yourself or whatever it is. I can take that from it as being a good moral. Yeah, okay. What about all the crazy shit that is in there as well? What about the idea that King Herod killed all these babies, which isn't actually, as far as I'm aware, on the correct timeline as to when it says in the Bible. I believe it happened hundreds of years after or before, something like that. See, I'm not 100% clued up on that story, so forgive me. It doesn't really make me point anymore.
See, I'll just class it as bad ideas. I don't think it's like religion specific, right? All the shit that goes on. I think it's just shitty ideas and what people attach themselves to. So think about money, right? The acquisition of wealth and power.
Power!
Fucking look how many people that's killed.
Sorry, Phil, touch leg.
That's fine. Right?
Okay, Phil, do it again.
Think how many people that's killed. Think of the United States.
Yeah.
Let's get some oil, guys.
Yay.
Okay, let's go and bomb people in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think you could attach that to like Christianity per se. Something like George Bush and that. The American presidents will mention, that they're doing God's work and that from time to time. But really, what's actually driving it is the other evils: power and wealth and status and control and all this kind of shit. So I think that, getting back to the susceptibility thing, I think humans can just be susceptible of falling prey to really shitty ideas and perspectives and sort of like acting out on that, because it's like an identity crisis.
Completely.
You're born with an identity crisis because there's so much data, so many unknowns.
Yeah.
And you've got a brain big enough to realise that you don't actually fucking know the crack.
Picture this. If you're born into a world where you're given no tuition by anybody, you're just born into a world by yourself, and you grow up and nobody tells you what to do, what would you become? Would you become self-aware of the planet and how everything works and learn to exist in the world naturally? Would that happen? Would that natural sort of mental evolution take place whereby you put into the world? I said when you're born, but obviously you die if you didn't have anybody with you. Say, I don't know,
Age 5,
but you've been raised to the point of up until year 5 in such a way that you survived, but you haven't been sort of taught any human
like dogma
rituals, no dogma, nothing like that. And then you compare that sort of self-mental evolution with being born in, say, I don't know, Texas, where there might be some crazy Christian cult going on.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, maybe somewhere in the Middle East where there's some crazy Muslim extremists going on. What you're doing is you're being raised in a world where your peers around you are basically creating your character.
Yes.
Or helping to sort of influence the character that you will then become. And that's naturally going to happen because we're humans, right?
So you're wondering what the outcome would be if somebody
Got
born
it garbled on there, didn't I?
You're wondering what the outcome would be if somebody that wasn't influenced by
Yes. If you're not influenced by
ideas, essentially.
Yes.
And if you were left to develop truly your own independent thoughts,
Yes.
you might not necessarily fucking contemplate anything outside of planet Earth, because no one's going to tell you, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
space exists. You know, the night sky might not necessarily mean space
Mm.
to a non-educated brain.
Mm.
It might just mean, the dome gets weird at this time of day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a scary thought, isn't it? Not knowing. Just being completely convinced that there's nothing beyond that.
To be fair, the only like measurement tools you have in that situation are your senses, your five senses. So your eyes aren't going to perceive the sun as being this massive fucking ball of nuclear explosion like a million miles away. Your eyes are going to perceive it as, right, that's not really that far away, it's just up there and it moves, and presumably it's just part of the fabric. Yeah, I think you wouldn't even conceive of the world as being like a sphere.
You think it was flat?
You would just think that the sky and the earth it would almost be like a two-dimensional, like, I don't know, like perspective for you, because you wouldn't be able to think of like the core of the earth below you, or the space outside of the atmosphere. You would just think of this fabric that you lived in. There's the blue, green, and then it would be weird.
Yeah.
And I think the kind of thoughts you would have would, because if you didn't have anyone to live alongside, so you'd have like no, like, oh, I love them. You would just be thinking of, right, I'm pretty cold, I'm pretty hot, pretty hungry. I'm doing this thing, I don't know what this is, but I tend to enjoy it.
It kind of feels.
Don't know what I'm doing it over, because I don't know what people like me look like.
Well, you're masturbating, Phil. That's what that is.
See that frog over there?
The way he ribbits in that.
And what if he's free tonight?
I was going to do an impression of a frog. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm free, baby. Bit of a gay, bestial
That was
relationship.
that was a bullfrog.
That was a bullfrog.
And that was a bullfrog, Phil.
Big ball.
Big ass bullfrog.
It is a good thing to ponder, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
like what? Essentially, the question is, what is the true state of man?
What is it?
Like-
what are we? What's the point? What is the point in us on the planet right here, right now? Why did we evolve to be here now? What's our purpose for the
The
universe?
thing is,
What's going on?
and this isn't really what you're saying. This is a bit of a sidetrack, but like, like sometimes you feel like, oh, because we live in houses and we have central heating and all that we're not real humans, and that real humans were humans 100,000 years ago, like otherwise. But really, that's like, the human race isn't just what it was then. The human race is what it will be from start to finish.
It's progressive.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
So
evolutionary.
we are definitely just as human now as what the humans then were. We just live in a completely different environment.
Yeah.
We've got the same bodies as what we had from 100,000 years ago, but in this environment, this is how we behave.
Mhm.
And I find that fascinating. Like, if you just look at this as a point in history, that look at how humans go on here.
Yeah, we're just a blip.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Phil. Our sort of, we're kind of the same age. The time that we'll live, 80 years, hopefully, something like that, I don't know. That period of time, from say the 1980s until whenever it is in the 2000s that we snuff it, right? It's a millisecond in the Earth's actual lifespan. And maybe it's in a couple of hundred years if humans haven't wiped each other out. And we'll look back on this time that we're living right now. This podcast's in the archives of human industry or whatever.
Hi guys in the year 2200.
How you doing? You okay?
We've let the mics of the camera there as well.
And what will this time be like? Because we look back on what will we think of this era of time? Because we look back on the Victorian era as industry, the birth of industry. That's when factories, mass production, all sort of came in.
Mm-hmm.
We look at the Elizabethan times for, say, art and the creation of sort of, I don't know, the progression of music and fashion. So what will this time be? Is this the birth of mankind phase 2 with the creation of phones and Wi-Fi?
People would argue artificial intelligence.
Artificial
the
intelligence.
precursors to.
Yeah. Is Siri?
Yeah.
Is she the start of something a lot more terrifying, guys?
Yeah.
The Terminator style.
Imagine the people though, like a couple of hundred years in the future, looking back at these, going,
Primitive as fuck.
"Thank fuck the aliens came down when they did in 2050."
Yeah.
Because they had fucking nukes then. Iran had nukes. North Korea had nukes.
Yeah.
And the craziest fuckers, America and Russia had nukes.
They had a whole lot of nukes.
And they had them all pointed at each other. And if it wasn't for the aliens, we wouldn't be here today.
Mm.
Or
aliens-
alternatively, they're just back to hunter-gatherer state with
Yeah.
like random mutations because of radioactive
We'll wipe ourselves
wastelands that live in.
Yeah. We'll wipe ourselves out and then we'll have to be born again and we re-evolve.
Which is weird to think of how that did happen on Earth with the dinosaurs.
Oh, fucking yeah, we'll go. You see, we love dinosaurs
It's about
and
to
Two
get
Guys
real
from Garage.
dinosaur
Fucking
porny right
love
now.
them.
But this is what I was thinking before. Fucking in the sky there, a massive ball of fire.
Yeah. Cretaceous period. I'm setting the scene. Cretaceous period, Triceratops munching away on a fern or something, right? There's a herd of them. And then there's just, as you described, that big light in the sky. It's been approaching for a few months, but now it's big. It's big in the sky. Then all of a sudden, poof!
Yeah.
Boom!
Huge
Big cloud
shockwave.
of dust, shockwave.
Sent you flying.
Changes life on planet Earth for millions of years.
Yeah, you're living on a coastline. What the fuck is that huge wall of...
Well, that doesn't look normal.
Just a massive, couple of mile high tsunami or something. Wow.
Wow, done.
And then fucking skip forward a few years. Oh, the massive, amazing creatures don't exist anymore.
They're gone. And in their stead is a world of giant mammals.
Yeah.
Giant ground sloths, multiple types of elephant, giant armadillos, emphasis on the word giant, because everything was big, saber-toothed cats, giant terror birds. What the fuck did that look like? Take me back there.
It was like a caterpillar, turned into a butterfly, wasn't it?
It was just this out of the ashes of the Yucatan Peninsula being destroyed by that meteorite comes a new age of completely new animals.
Yeah.
It's a different world. A completely different world. You've gone from a world of reptiles and insects and sort of, dinosaurs, which are they're closely related to birds, so we'll say a world of crazy looking birds. And a few small mammals, a few small rodents. You've gone from that being destroyed. Meteorite hits the Yucatan Peninsula, the world's changed. They're gone. Ice Age ensues, and then out of the Ice Age comes the world of mammals.
Yeah.
And then the dawn of humankind. What's next?
Yeah, fuck.
What's next?
Yeah, another massive fireball comes and just wipes all us out. And then skip forward a few million years, the dinosaurs well, we're back. Fucking hell, that was a long couple of 100 million years, wasn't it?
Yeah, what would take
we're
over?
back.
What would take over? Because cockroaches, they've evolved. They can survive nuclear explosions.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about radiation, do they?
No, humankind's are wiped out. What if the world was taken over by giant fucking insects? What if it was the dawn of the time of the insects, the age of insects?
Yeah.
The world's just full of 6 foot tall praying mantids, and what if they've got human? What if they evolved to the point where they've got human-like intelligence?
Yeah.
It's giant cockroaches just living in a giant society.
I wonder how they communicate. How do insects communicate with each other? Do the buzz?
Noise, yeah.
Ooh, asshole.
They make vibrations, depending on the species. And there's arachnids. What if it was the dawn of the spider? What if arachnids took over the world? Giant spiders with a human consciousness. What if they had massive webs, giant webs across the world? What if fish took over? What if fish evolved to the point where they took control of the planet?
Yeah.
And there was I say humanoid because you'd think that's the way everything would evolve to be almost humanoid, but just
See, but a lot of them are
what
just
would take over?
because the way you think about things in terms of how we've created the world, you look at these creatures and think, well, they don't have the fucking dexterity to be able to do anything.
But it could happen. Millions of
So
years.
you mean fish with digits and stuff?
Between the dinosaurs and the Ice Age finishing, and obviously the mammals all sort of taking over, that was millions of years. That wasn't just a few years. That was millions.
But
of
essentially,
years.
we are the fish because you've gone back far enough.
Yeah. Everything came from the ocean, right?
So we did evolve from that.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? I think I think I said this before, but one of the strangest things in the world to contemplate is if you just went back and you just went, right, who's my dad? Who's my dad's dad? Who's my dad's dad's dad? If you just traced your line of paternity, then you get into 100,000 years ago, right? These are the guys that were living in tribes, hunter gatherers. Okay, cool. Gone a couple of 100,000 years before that, different kind of fucking human type thing, different kind of hominid. Go back further. What the fuck were we even then?
Yeah.
Well, we're in the fucking oceans then.
Oh, so I was like a fucking slug.
Yeah.
A sea slug. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I can't get my fucking head around that.
That's crazy.
That if you just followed if you followed the paternal line of history, of your own history, somewhere down the line, one of your ancestors is a fucking fish.
Yeah. Ah! It's crazy. We seem to forget that with our modern living. You know, we look at our phones, we go on Facebook and Twitter every day. We seem to forget that. Hang on a minute, we're kind of a walking miracle. Because look at how much evolution has taken place in the planet. People think about dinosaurs, especially with the new Jurassic World movie coming out. People think about dinosaurs as just like, oh yeah, dinosaurs, they existed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did exist.
Yeah, they really did exist.
They really did. They're not just
the best things ever.
They're not just made up for film. They existed. Mm-hmm. And some of them were fucking huge.
Best looking creatures in the history of Earth.
Unbelievable. They existed where we're standing right now. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Below.
Yeah.
Because, you know. But they existed. They're not just a concept to think, oh yeah, cool, like dinosaurs, yeah.
Yeah.
We found their bones cool. No, that they actually lived and breathed in the same place as us. They're fucking... They
drank the same water.
Drank the same water. They fought each other.
Breathed the same air. Wow.
It's mad. I love space. I love the idea of aliens, and I love the idea of knowing what's out there. But at the same time, it's kind of infinitely more exciting to think, well, hang on a minute, what the fuck was here?
Yeah.
What was life like back then? What we see this world now as it is. How did the Velociraptor see its world? Mm-hmm. What did that look like?
And I wish you could just tune in. I wish you could have a simulator where you just go, right, I'd like to perceive the world from a Velociraptor's perspective now. Mm-hmm. And or even a fucking horse, like eyes on the side of your head. Mm. What does the world look like? The creatures that aren't us. Like, how do things feel? How the fuck does the wind feel to like a bee or fly? Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck?
We'll never know.
Like, what does it feel like to mate with? Trying to think of a joke here. I can't think of any jokes, so I'll just go along with what I was going to say. What would it feel like to mate? You say you're a dolphin and you try to fuck a dolphin. What does that feel like? Mm. Do they even fuck each other? Mm-hmm. They don't do this like spray on the eggs type of thing.
No, it's fish.
Yeah, that's pretty gangster.
Yeah.
Is it an egg there? No, it wasn't. It was just a rock, but it was still worth doing.
So it's mad, isn't it, to think... I hate that. I hate it when I say it's mad. It's mad.
I always say that. It's weird.
It's not weird. It's not mad. It's not mad. It's life. It's life.
It is fucking insane, though, that... It is, to an extent, absolutely mad. Because the fact that anything exists at all... Mm. Why does anything exist? Like...
So maybe David Icke was right. Maybe maybe some of the dinosaurs had evolved to be a humanoid, and they escaped, and they built the fucking moon, and that's where they live.
Why did the universe want to exist? How could something want to come into existence if it didn't exist before?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What's the universe contained in? What does it say? What's the universe in? What's it in? What's it in? What is it in?
Yeah, and if it is just like within itself, which you could like think to an extent, I suppose that could be true, like, in a way that you kind of physically perceive it. But okay, let's just say this is all there is. Wow. Just this universe. Why did it fucking come from nothing in the first place? And then but then it was expanding to something.
To say there was nothing before the Big Bang, then what the fuck caused the Big Bang? How can there be nothing before the Big Bang?
I know.
How can there be nothing? Because if there's nothing, how can nothing create something?
Mm-hmm. God.
No.
It's God.
It can't be.
6,000 years ago,
oh my
God had the idea to create the earth.
So what if they were right all along? God does exist, and when I die, he smites my fucking ass and sends me down to hell.
Yeah, if God's just like looking down on the wall now, like people like us having these conversations going, it's fucking obvious I exist, you stupid dickheads, man.
I've left messages and miracles for you everywhere.
Like, what the fuck, guys?
Why
are you even asking this question? It's obviously me. Something came from nothing. Over to you, God.
Philip, I'm giving you a baby boy that you want. How much more of a sign do you need?
You didn't even fuck her. That's me. I did it once before. This other guy.
I'm a miracle. That's crazy.
It's fucking with my head yet again.
It does. You start to go down this path, and you do start to wonder.
if you come from nothing, right?
It's like a mathematical equation.
Yeah.
Nothing.
If the-
Divide by 2.
If the universe comes from nothing,
Yeah.
and then becomes something,
What is it?
and then things die,
Mm.
so does that mean you definitely just go back to nothing then, the state of absolute nothing? Because if something comes from nothing, fuck, I think I've just figured out atheism and why it's potentially true. If the Big Bang's correct, right, and the universe, it really did come from absolutely fuck all, then it would make perfect sense that you then go back into that state once you perish. Do you know what I mean? Because if something can come from nothing, then surely something can become nothing.
Does that open the door to the theory of reincarnation, though? Because if something came from nothing and then you die and you go back into nothing, is it possible that your nothingness
reborn.
can be reborn into something? Is it
Well
possible?
done, David.
Is it possible?
Yes. Yes. I'm it.
Yay!
That's the thing. Both of those points are potentially true. You can't argue against either.
Because nobody knows.
Yeah, like that's a perfectly valid idea.
There's no way of
And
testing.
and the atheist perspective is a perfectly valid idea. There is no way of testing that hypothesis.
The only tests and the only science that humans can conduct is stuff that we've already sort of conducted. We can only do it in a way that we've already done before.
Yeah,
So we don't know.
You can only conduct experiments in the something world. You
Yeah.
cannot conduct experiments in the nothing world.
What's
Unless
the
you're God and
What's
you
the
start to think
nothing
that.
world? You know, is that a fifth dimension or what? How many is that?
That's the thing, because nothing must exist then. If something came from nothing,
Yeah.
well, that you're labeling it, so it exists.
So yeah, so it's nothing. But
The biggest
nothing is
paradox
something.
ever: nothing exists. Just nothing exists. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my dick. Yeah, it doesn't look like something, but trust me, one day it'll bang. It'll get real big and bang.
Oh, it scares me, man. It scares me. This is the sort of stuff you talk about when you're sat camping on a starry night, you know, lying on your back, looking up at the stars, just pondering the universe, looking up and thinking, what the fuck is all this about? What's going on up there? What's this all about, man? You know, that's what gets me. I remember being sat on top of the school roof, the nursery roof, with my friend and former podcast guest, Michael Tite. Years ago now, we were lying on top of the old Stonelaw nursery. Before I got, where the nursery might still be, I don't know. We're on top of the roof there, just staring up at the night sky and just thinking,
Yeah.
you know, what?
Whoa.
And it's those sorts of conversations you have that make you feel very, very minute.
Mm-hmm.
You're nothing in the scope of the universe.
See,
Nothing.
again, it's another paradox, because you feel minute, but also significant as fuck. Like, yes, you are nothing in the grand scheme of the universe, but you're also absolutely everything, because you're perceiving it to the highest level that we're aware of things, perceiving things. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we look at, the animals of this planet is not really having quite as good a grasp of, physics as what humans have.
Mm-hmm. But do they need to know?
Well, that's it. Well, they just live in the moment, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, a lot more so than us, like modern day humans and stuff.
Well, I've got a dentist appointment in 2 weeks, Phil.
Very important.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Big Bang or God or fucking reincarnation. I gotta get my fucking gums sorted out. Because I ain't getting laid with this bad breath. Getting laid. That fucking trumps out. See,
Think about sex.
This is how dumb humans are as animals, especially the males. It'd be like, right, I'm God, and I am God, so fuck you. I'm just God, right? That's a fact. I can tell you anything you want to know. Or you can fuck this girl right here. One or the other, buddy. Oh, I haven't even finished my sentence and he's already shot on. Oh well. Well done, pal.
Get stuck in, fill your boots. The most annoying thing is, in our lifetime, if ever, we will never know the answer, right? We'll never know the answer.
What, to all these questions?
Humans are too dumb to even get a grasp on the idea.
That's why I maintain that death isn't something to be scared of, but something to, like, sort of, not in a morbid way, but, like, look forward to. Like,
The release?
Because that is the closest. This is not, if we're going to fucking ever know the answers, it's going to be then, surely.
Yeah.
Because we know for a fact, it's not going to be now. It's not going to be any point during our life, like during our individual lifetimes. We just know that instinctively. You're like, yeah, it's not going to be figured out, is it?
No.
But if we are, as whatever the fuck we are, soul, spirits, I don't know what the fuck, if we are ever to get anywhere near the answers, it's going to be when we're disembodied. The body holds us back, man.
So what about the creation of consciousness? That moment in time when, as a child, I don't know if it happens in the womb. I assume it will be in the womb. That moment of time in which consciousness comes into being, it comes into effect. You realise you're conscious.
Could you say
you're alive?
That the most like rudimentary form of consciousness was the Big Bang itself? You know, because it acts according to its own laws. Like, you know, how the fuck does... I wish I had a fucking listened science class. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, oxygen's always fucking oxygen. You know what I mean? Lead's always lead. Lead doesn't go, actually, I'm gold.
Yeah.
I want to be gold. No, I'm gold. You know what I mean? It always conforms. Like, gravity is such where, right, this planet spins like this, and we jump, we'll only ever get a couple of feet off the ground. It never, like, all of a sudden goes, actually, wait a minute, gravity has the opposite effect. It actually pushes you outwards. You know what I mean? The laws, like, the universe always sticks to its own laws.
Yeah.
And so, on some level, atoms are fucking conscious in that way, where they, like, live by their own rules. Not their own rules, like, the governing rule of the universe. They always stick to that. And so, is that, does that, like, suggest that the universe itself is consciousness? Just from its very birth, it was conscious, and then you just get ever increasing complexities of consciousness?
Potentially.
Or ever
Potentially.
complex consciousness. So, yeah, so then...
Jury's out.
So then you get, like, small, like, single-celled organisms that are like, actually, I've got a thought. I'm going to move over here.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get, like, bigger ones. I'm going to fucking bite that horse's head off. Then you get us. I'm going to create a rocket and send it to the moon. And then whatever you get after us, I don't know. We're at that point now. But, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it hasn't answered the question. Though, like, consciousness, what the fuck is it, and where the fuck, and why, and who?
Yeah. When does it switch on? And more importantly, in death, once it switches off, do you switch over to something else?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the shut-off point? And if so, what is that like?
What
is it like to die? To lose all... Because everybody's going to die. That's the most exciting thing. We're all going to experience it. So, what's that like?
Maybe we're living in the death dimension now, simultaneously. And that when you die, it sort of just like peels back layers and you see something that we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
But you're just seeing that. Whereas we're seeing 3D consciousness. You know, and we'll have the fourth dimension of death consciousness. It's fucking impossible to explain. Maybe it's like when your body dies, maybe it strips away the body consciousness and you're left with that. And you're like, alright. So you might not feel like you're taken away to like, zoomf. I've arrived, I've teleported to the new dimension.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like, oh, I'm still here. But, oh yeah, I can't believe I didn't actually see this when I was roaming around the earth. Because, oh yeah, it was always here. Do you know what feels like that? Salvia.
Does it?
Salvia fucking 100% feels like that. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I've been here and I am here and what the fuck? This is totally different.
Oh my god.
But at the same time, familiar as fuck. That's amazing experience.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like.
Never done it.
It feels like the state, like in your head you're convinced that, wait a minute, this is the state between worlds. This is the state between lives, rather.
The state between states.
Yeah, that's what it truly feels like that in your consciousness.
Yeah.
Your body's spazzing out. You're going like, it's horrible, man. Like you fucking feel your spine's being like grinded out.
Really?
You're sweating. You physically can't conjure like language. You couldn't go, oh god, I'm having a really bad trip here. You go, hamba jaga blah 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 blah. Or you'll say words in the totally wrong order where it has no meaning. It does in your head sort of, but other people say, what the fuck?
Yeah, but what meaning does language really have? It's just a way of humans communicating to other humans.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, it's void, right?
Yeah.
You don't really need it outside of that. Because it's just a way of communicating to each other.
Yeah, so that suggests...
Strip back that layer.
Yeah.
Gone. Don't need it.
So then you wonder, is there a universal language? Is there a language of the universe? And people would say physics.
Yeah.
And math.
Physics and mathematics, isn't it?
Yeah, but I wonder if that could just be bullshit. That could just be patterns like clouds in the sky where you're like, oh, that looks like a tit. That, you know, like, oh, that looks like a foot. That looks like a car.
patterns, man.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like maths and
Symmetry.
physics. Maybe we're just like, oh, that seems to crop up all the time. That must be gravity. But, you know, maybe aliens, super evolved aliens could be like, your maths is bullshit, it doesn't even exist. You stupid fucking idiots.
It's a concept you've made up just to...
Oh, physics. Oh, you think there's atoms.
Nah.
That's nice. Oh, yeah, little fucking circular shit there, your particle accelerators. Bollocks.
Yeah.
There's only one atom, idiot. We're all the same atom.
Yeah. Split.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Well, that's one idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
The electron thing, but there's only one electron
Yeah.
in the universe, and it just exists everywhere at once.
Everywhere at once. Whoa, man.
Fuck. That would truly mean that we're all one.
Yeah. So why the fuck we're blowing each other up?
And that could be the fucking thing. That I'm not really an individual, you're not an individual, the planet isn't a separate planet. If this electron thing is true, that's just one electron jumping about everything. And that
So we're just
and that,
one
and,
being.
and that this is all part of the universe, the photosynthesis going on in the fucking trees, the conversation that we're having, people developing technology, asteroids flying across space and stuff like that. Maybe that's all God or the universe, like, just fucking around, like figuring itself out at once. Like, maybe it's the universe in its nothing state goes, you know what it is, I'm gonna choose the amnesia option and have another big bang and spend 100 billion years figuring it out again.
Yeah.
Go, and then it splits,
Done.
it fragments into all these tiny little things. You're still held together by the one electron.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this big freeze thing is bullshit, and maybe the universe just comes back and shrinks again, and the electron gets closer and closer and closer to itself until it molds back together and goes, oh yeah, I'm the universe.
Reset.
Yeah.
Start
That
again.
was a mad trip, let's do it again.
And that makes you feel really inferior because then you're just a pawn in
you're
a
also-
giant electron game.
You're also fucking God.
You are God. So we're all God, right?
Aye, potentially. This is fucking class. And then I'm going to go back into the living room and just be like, alright, put the light on.
Play a video game.
I need to upgrade the rusty pipe there with the electric shock.
But it's all part of the universal code, Phil.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, and maybe it's like one creature figures it out early, like one particular node. It's not an individual.
It's
It's
like,
still the universe, but yeah,
I know what Mr. Electron is up to.
yeah. Fuck! I just broke the universe.
I broke the universe. Splits it. Could the universe split? Could the universe physically fracture and split?
If it can conjure itself out of nothing,
Yeah.
then surely that's not a realm of possibility.
So what could a black hole be then? Could that be where the electrons... It's getting less attention from said electron, or where it's starting to cause these strange anomalies? I'm just totally going
Yeah.
out off on a fantastical
That could be
theory here.
that could be other universes, like poking at the fucking at this universe.
Hey you.
Hey, like maybe that's how universes communicate with each other.
Yeah.
See if there was like a multiverse where there was just infinite amount of universes. Maybe they communicate through fucking rips in time,
Yeah.
rips in time and space. So maybe you could send a message through a black hole, like, "Hey asshole,
Come play over here, it's nice.
what's the meaning of life in your universe?" Oh yeah, the same thing everywhere because it's all the same.
It's universal.
Fuck.
It's a great thing to think about. It just makes you feel so good. It does because
I'm
it's
fucking
just,
energized. Yeah.
it does because it constantly sparks off trains of thought where you think, what about this? Then you think, well, what about that? But that sounds a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, how the fuck does it sound crazy when you think about what the fuck we're doing?
You like
and where we live?
You prove and disprove your own theories within
Yeah.
seconds. You're like, well, that proves that because but that disproves it. But. And then you conjure up a new theory. You're like, oh well, wait a minute, though, that. No.
But that's not possible because of that. Well, how is that not possible? We don't know fucking anything, really.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But we could fool ourselves, right?
Yeah.
If we came up with an artificial intelligence with the aim, like imagine a super fucking artificial intelligence that we managed to create with the aim of figuring out what the meaning of life was, where the universe came from, all this kind of shit. But we programmed it with our laws of physics and maths and stuff that might actually be wrong.
Yeah.
And if it came back to us with an answer based on the framework of human physics and stuff, if it came back with an answer that wasn't even true, but we totally bought into, and say if it was like, yeah, and the aim of life is to kill yourself, and everyone just killed themselves and wiped themselves out, and then the aliens looked and went, fucking idiots.
Yeah.
they programmed it with fucking human physics. Idiots.
Yeah.
They thought physics was real. They thought it was physics.
Who would the aliens be, Phil?
David Icke, of course, disembodied.
David Icke, yeah, of course, yeah.
Who are the aliens? Maybe it's the aliens are better computers. Yeah, all organic life eventually ends, but we continue travelling throughout the universe. Fuck, we just didn't get there in time to bloody tell them
stop them.
to die. Or if it was like a different artificial intelligence hacking in to our supercomputer to give us the wrong answer, to kill ourselves. Like, right, we'll just fucking hack into Earth there. It's in a completely different galaxy, billions of miles away. But we'll hack into Earth's AI? Okay, now go back with this answer. You know, and the machine comes back with the answer. It fucking just destroys millions of years of evolution on this planet.
Yeah.
That could be the hack. That could, you know, I think hackers now where they just totally fuck up like big shit. Like I mentioned last time, they could potentially hack into nuclear power plants. Do fuck knows what with them. Maybe it's like galactic hackers exist where they're like, I'm so bored of like playing with asteroids and crashing them into places. I'm gonna hack into Earth. Fuck around, yeah. Oh well. Stop fucking destroying planets. Yeah, that's all. Emergent systems, emergent life. You keep killing it.
Stop it.
You stupid dick. Zach.
Zach, come down here now.
That's a 5th fucking ecosystem he's destroyed this year.
I swear to God, honey, if he does it again, we're getting counselling.
From the robot.
From the robot. So, what do you think the universe is? Any ideas? Because we ain't got a fucking clue. We're just,
I look like I am actually disappearing on the video here.
You do.
I'm just getting darker and darker and
It is
merging
getting darker.
back with the nothing state of the universe.
Into a black hole, Philip.
I'm not real.
Phil!
I'm you, split. I'm your split personality.
Oh, you're just my projection of the world, and I'm yours.
Yeah.
Oh! Mad. Let's end there. This has been Two Guys, One Garage. We haven't got a fucking clue about the universe.
Nah.
But we'll keep guessing until the day we die. So, catch you on the next one, on the next ride into podcasting
Oblivion.
Right. It's been David.
And Philip.
This is Two Guys, One Garage.
Fare thee well.
Goodbye.